Think back to that time as a child, when you were full of curiosity and continuously asking your parents, why? Why is the bug flying? Why must I drink this glass of milk? Why do I have to wash my hands after I just made that bomb mud castle? These questions may have annoyed your parents at first, but what they didn't realize are these are the exact moments we can pinpoint your first spark of creativity. These moments have, over time, transformed your unique style of thinking and shaped you into the person that you are today. I want you to take a moment to reflect on the last year of your life. Close your eyes. Think back to this time last year. Many of you may have just been finishing your last semester of high school or prepping for your final exams before summer begins. Think back to how you felt in that moment. Were you excited, tired, unhappy, not happy with your progress, unmotivated to continue on your journey? Open your eyes. Many of you may have felt content with where you were, but a big part of being human is that we're always seeking for more fulfillment, looking further than what we've achieved in our academic careers. I want you to take a moment and get out your delegate box. Inside your box, you're going to find sticky notes and pens. Many of you that know me may know that I typically don't call myself your typical student, and I credit my experiences to always allowing myself to ask why. Being stuck in academic silos, we haven't always had the opportunity to ask those important why questions, our self-questioning that allows us to grow in unconventional atmospheres. Standing up here, you're probably thinking, wait, this 5-foot girl who doesn't look like she can even get into the bar just told me that I might be unhappy with my life? I know, how dare she? Rude. But it's a truth that I've learned throughout my experiences, and hopefully after I share them with you, you're going to learn something too. So now that we've taken out our delegate boxes and the sticky notes, I want you to take the first 4. On these first 4 sticky notes, I want you to write down things that you think suppress your unique style of thinking. For me, this may be the fear of disappointing others, not truly letting my creative side flow, not always believing in my ideas, the fear of disappointing others, or taking on too much. Have we all had a chance to think about those 4 things? Head nods from the audience would be great. Okay, keep going and just listen if you haven't done that yet. If you have, I want you to take back out your delegate box. I want you to take the sticky notes and put them on each side of the box. Once you've done this, I want you to pick that box up in your hands. And even if you hadn't had a chance, that's okay. Just start thinking about those things that you believe suppress you. Now pick that box up, and in your hands, look at it. Look at how perfectly structured this box is, how it almost looks indestructible, and that the only way to open up this box is that if you open it up and tear it down. Similar to allowing our creative sides to flow, we need to open up our own boxes and throw away those ideas that suppress us. So if you've had a chance to put those sticky notes on your box, I'm now going to ask you to rip them off, crumple them up, and throw them away. I know, I'm making you work. Okay, We've ripped them up, we've crumpled them away, we've opened up our minds, so now it's time to move on to your next sticky note. On that sticky note, I want you to write down 1 to 2 things that excite you. For me, this may be children, cultures, research, language, traveling, dogs. I promise I like cats too, cat people out there. Have we had a chance to write down those 1 to 2 things that excite us? Thumbs up, head nod, heck yeah from the audience. Okay, awesome. Okay, so we figured out what suppresses us. We've got our mind thinking about those things that excite us. So let's tie them into passion, pursuing your ambitions, understanding why other people's opinions are valuable, and getting your butt out of that darn box. First and foremost is fear. The fear of what others think of you. I'm not telling you that you're gonna stop caring about what people think of you day to day. We are all human. But start focusing on your happiness and what you truly care about. There's always gonna be people out there that tell you that they may not like you or the things you do and challenge your process of thought. Remember, that's fine. Because when we walk across the stage and into the workforce post-graduation, we're gonna be working with people from all aspects of life. Instead of dwelling on this, embrace it. We all have our own unique style, and when we come together to the table, we challenge each other, and therefore this allows us to challenge ourselves and our own process of thought. Be respectful of this and other people's opinions. What truly matters is that you need to be comfortable with your style of processing of thought, and don't let others tell you what you can or cannot do. Unless it's the police or your mom, you should probably listen to them. Next, let's talk about passion. What fires you up? What excites you? What makes you feel like you've drank 8 cups of coffee when you've only slept for 2 hours? Passion and curiosity usually go hand in hand. Whatever you're excited about is usually what you're passionate about. And I'm not talking about surface level passion. I'm talking about those things that really keep you up at night, keep your brain working on overdrive, searching to find an answer. These questions don't usually have a point A to point B trend. These questions will take you all over the map, figuratively and maybe literally if you're lucky, searching to find an answer. But you need to allow yourself to step outside your comfort zone and search for these complex questions. Researchers have typically mastered this aspect of owning their unique style of thought. They're continuously asking questions and searching for answers that they probably know they won't find the answer to, because usually there isn't only one answer to the questions that they're looking for. They've mastered the art of collaboration and working with others towards their common goal, something that we should all strive towards in life. Because I hate to break it to you, but you're probably not the only person out there with the billions on this planet that are passionate about the same thing. So don't go all Lord of the Rings Gollum on me. Share it, embrace it, and work together to make it happen. Now that you've gotten over Becky telling you that your hair doesn't look good, you've figured out what fuels your fire, and you've learned to share the wealth of the ring, it's time to talk about being brave. And I'm not talking about pulling swords out of stones and slaying dragons kind of brave. I'm talking about sticking behind your passion and going for it. With coming to terms with fear and passion comes failure. And accepting failure is an art in itself. However, the faster you accept failure, the quicker you can move on from it. Standing up here, you're probably thinking, she's giving a TED Talk. How can she talk about failure? But I'm up here because, boy, have I failed. I've lit a lab on fire, not once, but twice. I got a concussion and bombed my first year exams. Sorry, Dr. Newling. And I'm graduating in a month without a plan for what's next. Instead of dwelling on what some will and have called colossal failures, I've learned, embraced, and accepted each one. I realized working in a lab, something I thought I was passionate about isn't actually for me. that my grades and my degree do not define what I can do in this big, wide world we live in, and that I'm taking next year as a chapter to learn more about myself and who I am. Is that going to be doing handstands every day or working in a coffee shop talking to customers? Who knows? Ask me again next year. But the beauty of this is that I'm always working towards an upward trajectory, challenging myself, stepping outside my comfort zone, learning new skills that I can take with me into the workforce. All of these aspects of life. Never taking yourself too seriously, knowing when to switch passions when one isn't working out for you anymore, and not allowing yourself to conform to the societal pressures floating around you are all important. However, none of this would be worth it or even doable without our fourth point, surrounding yourself with positive peers, mentors, and pals. You need to find people who support your journey and are always willing to lift you up on your road to success. I'm not telling you to start unfriending everyone on Facebook. That would be really dramatic. But what I'm saying is, it's important to have those people who let you bounce ideas off them and help you strive towards finding your passion. Finding mentors and being a mentor are things people tend to find daunting, and therefore they don't always seek out. But having that person that you look up to, that challenges you to ask those tough questions and help you on your way to greatness, only make you a better person. Having a mentor and being a mentor take time and effort. I wouldn't be standing up here today without the mentors in my life that have allowed me to grow as a person. And as I said, the word mentor, people tend to find daunting. But really, it's just someone that allows you to have a conversation with them, that challenges you to ask those questions, and someone that you can just truly look up to. Finding a mentor takes time to cultivate. And similar to asking someone on a first date, you need to make the first effort. You need to step outside your comfort zone. Ask them for coffee. Ask them to sit down. It allows you to bounce ideas off them, and you'll figure out if this relationship will happen organically. Your first mentor might not work out. Mine didn't, and that's okay. But you need to make the first move. And if you click, you'll just know. I want you to go back to that sticky note that you just wrote on. Back to the things that excite you. Now that we've had the chance to talk about fear, passion, bravery, failure, your support network, think about how you want to answer those questions. When have you failed? How did you learn from it? How did you embrace it? Why do those things excite you? Who are the people you want in your corner of the ring? How are you going to be brave? And what steps are you going to take to pursuing your passions? Now that we've discussed all this, I want to tell you a quote from a woman who I might even call myself a mentor, who said to me once, "Jill, finding your passion is like someone trying to lose weight. They often say, 'I want to lose weight,' which is great if that's going to make them happy. But the complex question that they need to be asking is, how do I keep that weight off once I lose it?" Going back to all of your exciting things that you wrote down, keep thinking about this and remember it. And remember that a quick solution to the problem isn't usually the answer people are really seeking, but remember that what excites you and allows you to grow, looking back in 5, 10 years, you're not going to remember the complex things and the challenges you had. You're going to remember what you did, and trust me, that's definitely going to be worth it.